Hello, welcome to Intruder Security. I am going to start the new series for Git from Basic to Advanced. In this series I will cover all in-depth concepts for Git. So stay tuned and let's begin. In this video I am going to cover the initial part of the Git, like how to set up Git Repository and how we can store our code in Git Repository. But before that, let's understand why do we want to use Git. If you already know the use of Git, you can skip to this timestamp. Let's take an example. Dave has all his code in his local file system. Now Dave wants Tom to add some feature to Dave's code. Tom has completed all the testing and development of the feature in his local file system. Now if Dave doesn't have Git Repository, Tom will have to take all the existing code from Dave, add his own code, and send back to Dave. This can be a very long process and cause delay. Also, it would be a nightmare if Dave wants many people like Tom to contribute for his project. But no worry, we have Git to save us. If Dave uploads all the code in Git Repository and share Git Repository with Tom, Tom can easily download all Dave's code, add his feature code, and push update code to Dave's repository. Using this, Tom has no dependency on Dave. Tom can directly add his code and push it. This really speeds up the process and allow everyone to collaborate on the code. I hope you now have a basic idea how and why do we need Git. In this video, I will only cover this highlighted part. We will discuss other part and advanced Git in next upcoming videos. Let's see in action how Git works. I will be using GitHub as my remote Git repository. Sign into your GitHub account. If you don't have an account, sign up for one. Once you sign in, you will see this interface. In repository section, you will see all the repositories you have. Click on New to set up new fresh repository. Enter the name of the repository. The owner will be selected by default. I am going to explain all this settings for README file. Git ignore in next videos. For now, directly click on Create Repository. Congratulations, you have created the empty remote repository. You can see the steps to upload your code to this repository. I am going to show all these steps in action. Let's go to local file system. Let's make a directory. We have created a directory named GitHub. What we are doing is uploading the files or code from local PC to our remote repository. So we will create a test file. Let's name it as testfile.txt. Let's put any random text here and save it. Hello, this is my FIS file. The file was successfully saved. Let's confirm the content once again. Hello, this is my FIS file. Now we will run git init command to tell the Git that this is the code I want to push it to Git remote repository. If you don't have Git installed on your PC, I am attaching link in the description box to install Git. Here I have initialized Git in my local file system. Now, I will run the command git status. Git status shows you the file which are modified or newly created. Here, no commits yet shows that I have not saved or pushed the code. I am on branch master. It's important to confirm the branch you are working on. The Git has some extraordinary feature to organize code. The branch allows you to work, commit, and push file independently to a remote repository. Now, let's create another file, secondtestfile.txt. Let's enter some text here. Let's save it. Let's check the status by using git status. You can see we have two untracked files. This means these two files are newly created and are yet to commit. If you are confused with these Git terminology, don't worry, I am going to explain all these names in session 2. So till now, we have our code in our local file system. We will now stage the file, commit them, and push them to remote repository. To stage the file in local file system, I will use git add file name to stage that file. Staging is just like a rocket launcher. Rocket launcher is used to mount the rocket which is ready to be launched into the space. Similarly, staging will have the code or files which are ready to be pushed in remote Git repository. Let's check the status. Now you can see testfile.txt in green. That means it is ready to push. You can also use git add space dot to stage all the modified files. Now, you can see we have two files ready to push to remote repository. Now, I will run git remote-we to check that our Git repository is connected to our file system or not. Till now we have staged the code but not committed and pushed the code to remote repository. Also, we have not connected our local file system to GitHub repository. Now we will first connect our local to remote repository. To do this, run git remote add origin and paste the URL of your repository. We have connected local to remote repository. To check the status, run git remote-we. We have both read, that is fetch, and write, that means push permission for this repository now. Let's check the git status again. Cool. Let's commit the code locally with git commit-m and commit message. You can put any commit message here. Oh, there is some problem. Let me regenerate the error again. So Git is telling us to confirm our identity. We will just copy this command and enter our email ID. I will put the same email ID which is linked to my GitHub account. Let me paste the second command and replace your name with username of my GitHub account. So we have authenticated our account for GitHub with our local repository. Let's try to commit our code again. So here we have successfully committed the code. You can see all the modification I have done in my code. Let's check the status again. We are on Clean Branch Master. So now we have added the code in repository, added it to staging area, formed a connection between origin, that is our GitHub account, and file system. Also commit the code in our local file system. Now we are the last stage to push the code to our origin. To push the commit to the origin, we will use git push-u origin main. We have an error here. Let me check it. Let me check the branch. So we are on branch master, and git push-u origin main will upload the code in branch named main. Due to branch name mismatch, it is throwing error. We will discuss what are branches and why are these important in next upcoming videos. So we will use the command git push-u origin master. The Git in local file system is trying to authenticate us. If you are using Linux-based OS, then you will have this prompt whenever you will try to push to origin. Let me put the username. GitHub does not support the password authentication method in for file system. You are required to generate the access token for your account. To generate the access token for your GitHub account, follow these steps. Go to your GitHub account settings. Go to Developer Settings. Go to Token Classic under Personal Access Token section. Click on Generate New Token. Click on Generate New Token Classic for general use. Give the name to your token. Check the repo checkbox. It consists of all level access for your repo. Click on Generate Token. Your token is generated. Keep this token saved as GitHub will not display this token another time. Now I will try to push my code to origin again. Congratulations, we have successfully pushed the code to our remote repository. Let's check it. Navigate to your repository. Here you can see all the files in remote repository. Let's sum up the process here. Add the code in your local, stage the code, commit the code, and push it to origin. I hope you guys have idea about how Git works and how to push code to Git. Let me explain you the importance of staging area. Let's create another file, third file.txt. So we have 3 files, let's make fourth file too. So we have 4 files in file system. Let's check Git status. So we have 2 modified files now, third file.txt and fourth .file. Now we will only add fourth file to staging area. Let's check the status. So we have added the fourth file to staging area. Let's commit this and push the file to our origin. Enter your username and token that we generated earlier. Now we have pushed our code. Now you can see the importance of staging area and git add file name command. As you can see, 3 files that are present in our repo are the 2 previous files that we pushed earlier, and other file is the file that we added to the staging area in the last commit. Therefore, using staging area, you can only push those files which are staged. So this all about Git for this video. In next video I will cover the repository types. Also I am attaching Git command documentation in the description box. If you have any doubts you can reach me out on social media or comment your questions below. Please like the video, subscribe to Intruder Security and press the bell icon to get updates about new videos. This whole series will help you to level up from beginner to Git expert. So stay tuned. Thank you. See you in next video.